हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, गजानना हे शुभानना, गौरी मनोहर प्रिय नंदना, पशुपति तनया गजानना, हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, हे परम निरंजन शुभानना, शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, वागीश शरणं शरणं वागीश, वागीश शरणं शरणं वागीश, वागीश शरणं शरणं वागीश, वागीश शरणं शरणं वागीश, सारीश शरणं शरणं सारीश, सारीश शरणं शरणं सारीश, सारीश शरणं शरणं सारीश, सारीश शरणं शरणं सारीश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश, गणेश गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश गणेश शरणं शरणं गणेश
Namashivaya. I think couple of suggestions came from colleagues here that I am not communicated properly things. In the sense, when I said yesterday that when I will be more than 100 people, for if you use 500 rupees per person, it will be around 45 to 50. Taken individually, if you pay only, we will be able to make up to 45,000. And I would request at the earliest can tomorrow by 12 o'clock we will take a decision. We have received from those from that. Okay, thank you. See, today I have collected 45 people around 22,000 rupees as on date. Okay, another 22 is necessary to make it 40.
गजानना हे शुभान
ॐ सः भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. शांति मंत्र. ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्म उपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Thus when the father explained how by knowing one thing, which is the upadana karanam, everything which is karyam, the effect, is as well known. So the question was, how is it adesha, how is it instruction that by knowing one thing that everything can be known? Example was given that by knowing clay, which is the material cause of pots and pans, all pots and pans made of clay are as well known. Other example was a lump of gold. Third example was an article made of iron. Three examples are given. Several examples are given to show how this rule applies everywhere. With one example, we may think, so what? That is the case with clay and parts, but what about other things? So several examples were given to show how this rule, that by knowing the upadana karana material cause, that the effects or karya are all known. So, hey Somya, this is how the adesha is, that's how the instruction is. There's one little dialogue in there. So, when now the father showed how this is a way in which knowing one thing, you know everything. So, that is an upadana karanam, the material cause of the universe, knowing which everything becomes known. So, there Shvetaketu says, no, Shvetaketu is a little afraid, scared, that I do not know this important thing. I did not ask of my teacher. He was afraid that the father will send him away. Says, go back now. You don't see. You did not ask for this. You don't know the important thing. So Shvetaketu says something that should not be said. Navainunam bhagavantah te etad avedishuhu. I think my revered teachers did not know this. Idi avedishat katham mena avakshamiti. If they knew this, then why should they have not told me? Because I was a student of first rank, very obedient and always following the teacher. And so I acquired the confidence and trust of the teacher and love of the teacher. So if the teacher knew, he certainly would have taught me. The fact that he did not teach me, that means that he also did not know. This something should never have been said. You can never ever say anything about your teacher which denigrates the teacher. But Shvetketu said it. Thank God that father did not get angry at him. And so Shvetketu said, Bhagavan eva me tat abravitu iti abravitu. May your revered sir please tell me. So this is how Shvetketu sought the knowledge from the father. So we can see how his mind is now turned from the names and forms to the upadana karan. As long as the mind was distracted in all these varieties and diversity, so long it was not available for the upadesh or teaching of that which is universal and which is the substratum. But now the Shvedike to express that your revered sir may please teach me. So now he is all ready to learn about that by knowing which everything becomes known. Tatha somyati hovacha. Father, okay, my son, I will certainly teach you. Now, that is also important. So let us wait until for 6 months, I think you have to grow. Father didn't say that. I mean, just because we ask the question does not mean that the question would necessarily be answered. That the teacher agrees to answer the question means that he has accepted this person as a disciple. Meaning that the teacher disciple relationship should get established. And then only the instruction will be meaningful and will serve the purpose. We say there is Shraddha and Bhakti on the part of the disciple, and of course there is the compassion and concern on the part of the teacher. When there is a combination like that, then the communication takes place in the right way. That happened here also, and that is how then the father proceeded to, as we saw in the third passage, Sadeva Somya Idam Agrasit. Hey Somya, a good looking one. We were looking at the translation, I'm sorry, in the fourth passage. Somya, a good looking one. Agre, in the beginning. Idam, Sat Eva Somya Idam. Agre Asi. There is Idam. Idam means this. Asit was Sat existence. So not that Sat was this was Sat. Sometimes this is misconstrued as to what the Anvaya or what the prose order is. What is being said here is that, so because it begins with Sat, so we think that Sat was this. No, this was Sat. This, what is this? So this which obtains as this Nam Rupa Visheshanavat, Nam Rupa Kriya Visheshanavat. This means what is evident, what is objectified. So Idam and Aham, there are two entities in our life, Idam and Aham, object and subject. So first the Upanishad talks about the object and then we'll talk about the subject because we will talk about both of them. There are two entities, object and subject, or subject and object, whichever way you say. So we have to know the reality of both subject and the object. This is called tat, that, as we will see. The subject of tvam, or you, tat and tvam, we will find out. These are the two entities in our life. We have to know the reality of both of them and what is the relationship between the two, between subject and object. And the relationship is that they are identical. Because all there is Sat. If by knowing one thing everything is known, then that should be something by knowing which the object and subject both are known. Because there are only two things, object and subject, idam and aham. So by knowing one thing, if everything is to be known, then by knowing that both idam and aham both are known. How to be known? If you only know everything about the object, meaning that by knowing the material cause you know everything about the names and forms, and knower still remains separate from them, the knower is not known. But then, if everything has to be known by knowing one thing, that should include both the known as well as knower. But the beginning is made with idam, understand? That is the style of this Upanishad, where Sat is presented as the cause of the creation. So Sat is the cause. What kind of cause? Material cause of the creation. Subsequently, we will also find Sat being explained as the Nimitta Karanam, efficient cause also. Is presented here as both Upadana Karanam, material cause, and Nimitta Karanam, efficient cause. Upadana Nimitta Karanam, where the material and the efficient cause are Vinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. So now continuing with this, Vikritam, this whole universe is characterized by what? Nama, Rupa and Kriya. Any object can be described with these three: Nama, Rupa and Kriya. So this object, such as a pot, has a Nama, name, it's called pot. Rupa, form corresponding to the word pot. Nama and Rupa. And Kriya, this role to play, contribution to make in the scheme of things. Meaning whatever is created, whatever exists has a purpose. So the pot also serves a purpose. Kriya, it also performs an action, has a role to play, also serves a purpose. So Nama, Rupa, and Kriya. These three things describe completely any entity. Therefore, what is the universe? Universe is that which consists of form and purpose. Form also is enough, Nama Rupa. But in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Nama, Rupa, Kriya, three things are said. So Bhashyakara says this means that which consists of name and form and function. Name, form and function. So this universe that obtains as possessed of name and form and function. Now that includes everything. So idam, which is this, includes everything other than aham. Not only on this earth, not only what is pratyaksha or perceptible, but whatever can become perceptible. Our Swamiji says, now, what about Swarga, heaven? When I go to heaven, that also will become perceptible. What about hell? If I go to hell, that also becomes, meaning whatever can be objectified. Idam is not only object that is in front of me, idam includes whatever that can be objectified. Meaning whatever that exists anywhere is included in the word idam. This very powerful word idam. Ishavasam idam sarvam. That word idam includes everything. So this story is idam. This universe made up of name and form and function. Agre, before. What is before? Before its creation. Asit was. What was it? Sat. This universe of name and form and function of Nama Rupa Kriya was Sat, or existence before its creation. That's an interesting way of saying, isn't it? So, how does the teacher or Upanishad, how does it choose to describe it in this way? So, Bhashyakara explains, just as the person who sees a pot maker in the morning, he sees a pot maker who spread his clay with an intention to make pots and pans and pitchers, etc. In the morning, he sees his clay. When he comes back in the evening, what does he find? He finds pots and pans and pitchers and plates. So, what does he say? All this universe of pots and pans and plates was clay before its creation. Is it not so? This universe of pots and pans, what was it? Before its creation was clay. What is clay? The material cause of these objects. In similar manner, it is said, this universe of names and forms and function before its creation was Sat. What is Sat? So Sat is, now anyway, we won't go into technicalities because some people say that Sat or existence is the attribute of something. So when we say the pot is, isness. When we say cloth is, cloth possesses isness. There is one view. That isness is the dharma or visheshanam attribute of name and form. Name and form possesses isness. Is that what it is? No. Name and form, this part is isness, not possesses isness, meaning that isness is not an attribute. Isness is the very swarupa of this part. So Vedanta says that is unqualified. What is nirvishesham? What we perceive are all visheshas or qualifications or attributes. But every name and form and function has a visheshanam, is qualified by some attributes. So one that informs all of them must necessarily be nirvishesham. Is it not so? For example, this crystal, you may see this crystal as violet, for example, or as green, or as red, or whatever. So when one crystal appears to be different colors, well, then violet cannot be its nature because then it would not be red. And red cannot be in nature, otherwise it would not have been green. Is it not so? That it appears violet now, appears green later, appears red later. That means that violetness and greenness. So violet and red and green are all visheshanas. Word of all the attributes. Is all the vishesha is devoid of all that. Like clay, for example. So clay is devoid of potness and panness and plateness. Is not so? No potness, no plateness, no pitcherness. What? Special, specific things. The clay that pervades all of them is nirvishesham, attributes. So truth must be nirvishesham. It because vishesha limits something. Moment the clay becomes qualified by being a pot, then it is not pitcher, then it is not a plate. So understand that qualification. Pitcher. If the clay has to be common not so, So Sat is Nirvishesham. So therefore he is not an attribute, it's a nature or swarupa of everything. So Sat Astiram, pure Vastu is a real is a Vastu, meaning that it is the reality, it is the truth. Sat is what is the truth? What they say truth is the irreducible substrate. You take something, when you take something, it reduces to its cause. For example, this pot, if you analyze what it is, you'll find it is nothing but clay. Is it not so? Inside clay, outside clay, above. When you examine what is clay, you find it's nothing but earth. Effect is nothing but the material cause. What is pot? Its material cause, which is clay. What is clay? Its material cause, which is earth. What is earth? Its material cause, which is water. If you accept the Vedantic prakriya, what is water? What's the cause of water? Fire. What's the cause of fire? Air. What's the cause of air? Space. What's the cause of space? Atma. So thus we find that everything reduces to its material cause, which in turn reduces to its material cause. This process of reduction of an effect into material cause, where will it culminate? It should culminate somewhere. Something must be there, otherwise the universe would not be there. The fact the universe is means that there must be something which is the basis of everything. Thus, by reducing effect into cause, where will it culminate? It will culminate into cause which is not an effect. Our Swami would say, who is the first teacher? We said yesterday. Every teacher is a disciple. So my teacher also was a disciple. His teacher also was a disciple. Now, if you thus stretch this parampara, where will it ultimately culminate into a teacher who is not a disciple? If the first teacher also a disciple, then we have not yet come to first. You follow? Who is the first father? Every son is a father. He is a father or mother, whatever you want to call it. So I just can't say father, mother also should be there. But who must be first father? He must be father and not the son. If he also is the father, then we have not yet reached the first father. So this parampara of the son and father should culminate into father who is father and not son. This succession of teachers, student and teacher should culminate into a teacher who is teacher and not the disciple. Similarly also, this succession of effect and cause should lead us to a cause which is non-effect. Is it not so? Uncaused cause. It's not a effect means what? It is uncaused cause. Everything is caused. But all of ultimately should reduce to what? Uncaused cause, which is not an effect. It's cause, but not an effect. So that is called truth which cannot be reduced further. That's what scientists are trying to do. When they're trying to find the fundamental particle, you keep splitting and dividing and dividing and dividing. So far they come to God particle. Someday they will divide that or somehow, whatever it is. But the thing is, as long looking the particle, they will never find it. As long as they're looking, where are they looking, out there. They will never find it. Why will they not find it? Why will, how can we say so confidently scientists will never find it? You're not a scientist, Swamiji. What do you understand about science? No, I don't understand about science. I understand the basic prakriya. You're looking there for the truth and you can never find. Why you cannot find? Because what's the reality? The subject happens to be the reality of the object. So as long as the 10th man is looking for the 10th man, can he ever find it? You know 10th man story, isn't it? No? Wow. You listen to Vedanta, you don't know 10th man story? Wow. You also don't know? You know? All right. Anyway, there may be somebody for whose benefit. Let me tell you the story. So this is because very fundamental thing about Vedanta. Once upon a time in a village, there were several children and they wanted to go for a picnic. In those days in the village, children cannot make a decision on their own. They have to get permission of the elder of the village. So all of them went to the elder of the village and requested, Sir, tomorrow we want to go out for a picnic. Can we do that? Do you have the permission? Old man says, Okay, you have permission. But then one condition, one of you should take the responsibility of making sure that everybody returns safely. So somebody raised his hand. I take the responsibility. All right. So let me find out first how many you are. Just line up in front of me. See, listen how I'm telling the story. So this also you may not have heard from elsewhere. So then line up. They all lined up. He counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 of you fellows. Remember? Must make sure that all the 10 return safely. Yes, I'll make sure. So next day they set out and traveling they came across a river. They swam across the river and when they reached the other bank of the river, before proceeding further, this leader who had taken the responsibility thought that, well, let me make sure that everybody has crossed the river safely. And so he says, Come on, fellows, let me verify whether all of us have reached safely or not. So let me count. He remembered how the old man had counted. How did he count? By lining them up. Line up before me. So he counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But how many were there? 10. Wait a minute. We were 10. We are 9. He counted the river. 1, 2, this way. In various ways he counted. Every time the answer was 9. He thought maybe I'm making a mistake. So he called it. So you count. So he joined the line. This fellow counted. Since all of them study in the same school, therefore they counted in the same way. So one by one, each one came forward and counted, and every time the count was 9. Now they are convinced that the 10th boy is lost. And now you can't proceed further unless you find him. So is he drowned in water? So they divided themselves into search parties. So the one party went on this bank of the river, other bank of the river, other party went in the water. So the whole day, could they find? No. Disappointed, again they assembled on this bank of the river. So evening, now what shall we tell? He will ask, did you bring all of them safely? One is lost. What are we going to do? So sad. This is samsara. What is samsara? Searching for something which can never be found. So then, fortunately, another old man happened to pass by, saw these children, and so, why are you sad? Then this leader got up and told the story that when we started we were 10 and now we are 9 and one of us is lost. How do you discover? I counted. How did you count? Again, I made them line up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, there are only 9. Oh, naturally, the old man knew where the problem was. Don't worry, children. I know where the 10th boy is. Oh, you know? Yes. Have you seen him? Yes. They were all relieved. They thought that this old man has seen this 10th boy. Where is he? You have seen him someplace. Where is he? I'll show you where he is. Count again. So now this fellow, the old man inspired confidence in them that he knows. So this is the teacher relation. Now he became a disciple, this fellow. So now he says, now again count carefully. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where is the 10th man? This is Jignasu. Where is the 10th man? So he asking Pariprashna with all Shraddha and Bhakti. Then Upadesha is given, you are the 10th man. Now the tube light happened. This is called tube light in India. It takes a little while. In the olden days, nowadays the starters are different. In olden days, you switch on, it takes a little while. Similarly, when you don't right away understand, it needs a little of contemplation, and then you see light. So tube, that's why knowledge is called light. Knowledge is called light because it is like light, like tube light. Oh, I see. So now we saw, oh, I'm the 10th man. But he needed to be told, you are the 10th. Upadesha was necessary because he was convinced the 10th man is lost. I'm not the 10th man. He's out there someplace. He has to be searched. So as long as he's searching for the 10th man out there, can he ever find him? Why not? Because he's the 10th man. So as long as scientists is searching for God particle or whatever you want to call it out there, can he find it? Why? Because he's what he's searching for. That's what Vedanta has taught thousands of years ago. So far they have not listened to Vedanta. That is why they keep on doing that. But anyway, they don't accept Shastra as Pramanam. They're all Nayayikas. So accept only their intellect as Pramanam. They don't accept Shabda as Pramanam. So anyway, the point is idam. So they reduce to what? It must be reduced to what is called truth, which cannot be further reduced. And all of these names and forms, when you reduce into effect into cause, effect into cause, effect into cause, one thing is certain that this is a part which you reduce to what? Clay. What is clay? Nothing but molecules. Let us take another prakriya. So part is, shards is or are, clay is, molecules is, atoms is or are. Understand that in every reduction process, for effect to cause, the is remains. The is remains, isn't it? So then a time comes when a scientist finds that there is no matter, it disappears. He calls it energy. But is remains, understand that. Isn't it so? So that which is irreducible, that which can never be negated, is what we call true Satyam. So what is Satyam? Sat. So idam, all of these Upanishad says was Sat, meaning that. So now the expression is all of this before its creation was a Sat. So when you use the verb was, it seems to give the impression that perhaps now it is not Sat. Why does Upanishad say all of this was Sat before its creation? Does it mean that after creation is not Sat? Why do they use the word was? Another point is, in fact, in creation, even time and space also are created. So when you talk of before creation, even time and space also were not there. So before creation, the situation that existed can be compared to deep sleep state. The causal state can be compared to the deep sleep state. So in the deep sleep state, there is no time and there is no place. Is it not so? When I'm fast asleep, I'm not aware of this place. I'm not aware of the time. I'm not aware of the individuality, which is good. There is moksha there, sort of. See, deep sleep is a great blessing. Our Bada Swami used to tell us a story that these four people are traveling in a train. Bada Swami is Swami Chinmayananda, the teacher of our teacher. So traveling in the train and see train brought by destiny, these four people happen to be in the same berth. One was a Hindu Brahmin with choti and everything, and following his own strict code of conduct. Next was a Muslim mullah. Third was a Christian priest, and fourth was a Sikh. You know, and all is very religious persons. So they would always, each one would avoid touching the other person also. Even if they take out their food, make sure that you don't touch other one, otherwise you'll get polluted. So each one maintain the distinction and strict distinction from each other as long as they're awake. And after the dinner, the train is moving. Slowly and slowly, the train is such that it is like a lullaby, and so slowly started dozing off, and then falling asleep. And then hands of this Hindu priest went into this fellow's lap. His head went on this side. There was a spaghetti. By the time they all fell asleep, you can't distinguish between them. Take a picture, a photograph, and then showed them when they were awake. They would be shocked. How all distinctions are gone. In deep sleep, no distinctions remain, no individuality remains. So that is a causal state. Therefore, the causal state can be sort of equated to deep sleep state. How in deep sleep state there is no distinction at all. When I wake up from the sleep, what do I feel? In the sleep, did I exist or did not exist? When I wake up in the morning, how do I think about myself? Did I exist or did not exist? Some people say you cease to exist in deep sleep. There are Shunyavadis, who says in deep sleep there is no consciousness. Therefore, there is non-existence in deep sleep because there is no consciousness. If there was consciousness in deep sleep, then you would have known that I'm sleeping, that I'm enjoying ananda, and you should have known that. In deep sleep, we are not conscious. That we are not there. So what does Vedanti say? When you wake up in the morning, how do you feel? When you wake up in the morning, you say, hey, a new person has woken up. Who am I? I never existed before. A new person is woken up. Is that how I feel? No. What do I feel? I who went to sleep is the one who is woken up. Is it not so? Otherwise, it is nice, really. Or not nice, I don't know. Very often we wish when we go to sleep that I don't want all this samsara. So it would be nice if I wake up as a fresh person and start again. But it doesn't happen. Same idiot wakes up. Swami used to say, if idiot went to sleep, same idiot wakes up. So when we wake up, we know that I who went to sleep is I who has awakened. That means that a continuity of existence is not so. Existence is never erased. Consciousness is hidden, is veiled, not destroyed, veiled. Ananda, of course, is veiled, but then I experience that. The thing is, Sat remains. So even when we wake up in the morning, I know that I existed. All there was existence in deep sleep state. Similarly, also, the idea is that how everything reduces to Sat. That's the point. How my entire existence in the waking state, it is with all the attributes and all the variety, etc. In the dream state also, there are different kinds of attributes. In deep sleep state, all that is I reduced to what? This name and form and function. Reduces to what in deep sleep? Simply Sat or existence. All attributes are gone. So there's no Brahmin there, and there's no priest there, there's no mullah there. All attributes are what? Erased, gone. But they continue to exist. So existence is something that cannot be denied, cannot be negated. It's non-negatable, irreducible substratum of everything. That is Sat. All of this, oh my dear, was Sat before its creation. So, sir, when you say it was Sat before its creation, does it mean it's not Sat now? Sadeva idam agre asid. Agre means before creation. Before creation. All this universe of names and forms and function, before its creation, was existence. Now, existence cannot be was and is, etc. In fact, just as in deep sleep state, there is no notion of time. So before the creation of the universe, because time also is part of creation, there was no time. So how do you say was? How do you say before? Sadeva idam agre asid, again before creation. Sir, how do you say it before? Before is only keeping in mind the orientation of listener, who has orientation of time, and therefore from his standpoint it is being said that before the creation all this was just existence, pure existence, nirvishesham, nothing but existence. Sat eva. Eva means only, that excludes everything else, meaning that, see, evakara in fact is vyavacheda, means it excludes everything other than sat. All there was sat. But then the text itself says ekameva dvitiyam, in case it is not clear. Sat eva. All of this was only sat. But in case it is not clear to us, so before the creation, all this was just sat. And after creation, what do we find? This universe of names and forms. But does sat obtain in the present also or not? The part is name and form and function. And what else the part is? What is? Is it not so? This banana is. The cloth is. I is. You is. Something that's wrong English, but that is just, just for the time being. Because I am, then you may say, I am and is are different, Swamiji. You are, so aren't. So you is. I is. Table is. In fact, anything that you appreciate or anything that you perceive or anything that you see is always accompanied by is. Is it not so? So it is not that all the universe was Sat before its creation. After creation also, Sat is very much there. The isness is very much there. Is it not so? Can anything exist without isness? If you take away isness from this, will it be there? No. It's interesting, is it not so? In the morning we say, take away the clay from this pot. Will that be pot? No. From clay you take away the molecules. Will there be clay? No. From molecules take away atoms. And like that, suppose you take away existence from this. Will this be there? Alright, little too difficult an exercise. The thing is that, of course, you can't take away existence. The point is that everything is invariably accompanied with isness. Isness is what gives it isness. That's why it is. So pure existence. Sat eva. All these words are sat, pure existence. Because all the vishesha, all the attributes are all ultimately, they are all reduced to the fundamental cause. So without attributes, pure existence, nirvishesham, without attributes, existence was and is. But then it was existence before, but now it is much more than existence, is not so? All this was existence before its creation, but now there's name and form and function also. So you say that as a cause it was existence, but as effect now it is existence plus many things, is not so? Do you remember in the morning? Before creation, spot was clay. Then what happened? Clay plus name and form is equal to? Clay plus name and form is equal to what? Isn't it so? No? Then what is it? Clay upon which name and form are superimposed. Vacharambanam. So that's why the equation was already told to us. Vacharam vikara. Vikara means what? Transformation. Means what? Effect. Means name and form. Name and form and function are what? Only name. They don't have real existence. So what is a substance here? Is just clay. Similarly, what is substance in the whole universe? Vastu. This substance. What? Only Sat. For Vedantin, what is the Vastu? What's the substance? Swamiji, this clay is a substance and milk is a substance, but all these substances are what? Molecules, atoms, like that ultimately reduced to what? Merely Sat. So Sat is the Vastu, the real substance, the reality. Upon which, what is creation then? So what is creation of part? Creation of part is superimposing name and form upon clay, meaning clay alone appears as a part. Name and form have no reality. That's called superimposition. And therefore, the name, form, and function that we find are like parts, meaning that they are all superimposed upon Sat, which is the Vastu or the fundamental cause upon which. So, Vedanta explains creation as what? Not actual transformation. Don't say that clay has become part or clay is transformed as part. Upon clay, the name and form are superimposed. So Vedanta does not accept vikara. Vedanta does not accept creation, does not accept transformation. What does it accept? Simply superimposition. All creation is like the rope, the snake created from the rope. This is a very, very profound and most important thing. You know why? Because if the snake is a superimposition, then you can completely negate it. What is superimposition? That which can be negated without losing anything. In this part also, the substance is clay, the name and form can be completely negated without losing anything, meaning that you can focus your attention on the part and then in your mind be indifferent to the form and the name and be only conscious of the clay. Is it possible or not? It is possible to be conscious of merely clay without being conscious of the part. Is it possible? No? Can you focus your attention on this part and become indifferent to name and form and focus only attention that this is clay? Is it possible? If clay is difficult, let us give you more attractive object here. Is it possible to look at this ornament and see only gold and not anything else? Is it possible? Is it possible to see only the name and form without gold? Is it possible? Our Swami would ask, imagine a shirt without fabric. That's how he would say. Imagine an ornament without gold. That cannot be. Gold can be without being an ornament. Ornament cannot be without gold. So what is ornament? As good as not there, superimposition. Why Vedanta uses Adhyaropa? Because Apavada can be, because it can be completely negated. So all names and forms, you can negate them. In your own mind also, all you need to do is what? You stop, you withdraw your attention from all your sense perception, then you won't see anything. So Swamiji, I think in my mind, you can quiet on mind also. Can you do that? You can do that with training. So if we, just as a tortoise withdraws all its limbs, kurmonganiva sarvashah, yada samharte chayam kurmonganiva sarvashah. Just as a tortoise withdraws, that wills all his limbs, so also A wise person, and you and I also, can at will withdraw our sense organs. All you need is a more powerful thing. That's all. As long as the world remains a powerful thing, we can never withdraw. That's why they give you a more powerful thing, more attractive thing. That's why all these upasana exercises, they give you more attractive thing. So you can withdraw your attention and focus on that. If a time comes when Sat becomes the most attractive, then what? You can always withdraw your mind from less attractive things which are immaterial. It's possible, is it not so? Possible. Whether we can do it or not, you can do it, but it is possible. What is meant by that is possible that we are only aware of existence and we have the freedom to let go of the awareness of everything else. Is it not so? To exercise that freedom, we need some training. That is called Vairagya, by the way. Vedanta doesn't need anything else. It doesn't require that you have to do pranayama, etc. That's one prakriya. What is Vedanta prakriya? Viveka Vairagya. When you Vairagya, meaning real dispassion, you understand the futility of all of these things, that they don't mean anything, then that itself helps you to let it go. What can you let go? What is useless? You can let go. Only when you find out it's useless. We cannot let go if we don't find the uselessness of, or, you know. The reason why we hold on to things is because we think they are useful. Tomorrow So they say in Gujarati that even the snake, dead snake also they store. A dead snake also will be useful tomorrow, so they don't let it go. So if you think it's useful, then that's why we are stuffing all things in our mind, because I think it's useful, I think it's important, I think it's this. That's called attachment. The aversion. The aversion, attachments are because of giving reality and value to things. Vedanta is all superimposed, there's no value. Recognize that. You recognize there is no value, there is no difficulty in letting go. So either you do pranayama, pratyaya, dhanana, etc., and withdraw your mind, continuing to give reality to that stuff. Understand? So again, when you come back, it's real. Vedanta says that it is not real. Just let it go, because recognize what you can't let go just like that. Recognize this is superimposed, it's hollow. It's no reality of its own. No, everything is useful. Water is useful, they say. You can fill water. Its usefulness because of clay. Understand that. The name is because of clay. The form is because of clay. Usefulness because of clay. Is it not so? So now Rupa function, we think that is the most useful. But all of them gain their usefulness only from Sat. And thus recognize that you can let go. That's how the sense organs and the mind will be distracted there as long as you think it is useful, it is important, valuable. When I realize that it is not so, then my mind itself will not want to be bothered with it. That's called Vairagya. Tad jihasa, tad Vairagyam, jihasaya. Then the desire to let it go. So Vedantins talk about Viveka Vairagya. Everybody has their own prakriya. Yoga Shastra is own prakriya. Of chitta vritti nirodha. This is fine, nothing. But Vedanta prakriya is what? Viveka Vairagya. But you can never not know Sat. You can never withdraw from Sat, because that's what ultimately say, that's what you are. So all creation nothing but superimposition. So just as what are pots and pans are superimposition upon clay, so also the universe of names and forms and functions, just superimposition upon Sat. Sadeva Somi Idamagrasit, all of these were just Sat. But then, how did all these things get created? Because our experience is that something can get created only when there is a creator, and the creator has all, suppose a pot maker, he must have a potter's wheel, he must have so many things are required for creation, is it not so? So now you are presenting Sat as the fundamental cause from which the whole universe emerged or created. So you think that something must be there in the beginning for creation to take place, and so some kind of tools must be there and some machines must be there. Something must be there, like there are machines or potter's wheel to create a pot. What was there? Sadeva Somya, nothing but Sat. Ekam eva advitiyam. So advitiyam means non-dual. One without a second. That's a nice translation. Advitiyam, one without a second. Normally when you say one, always in relation to two, three, that's called one. So in the one, the idea of two is already built in. But imagine one without the idea of two. Then that one also will not. But the point is one without a second. One non-dual. Meaning that there's nothing other than Sat. Nanyat kinchana mishat, nothing else existed. Meaning Sat alone is what? Is a cause. It does not need the help of anything to create the whole universe. No machines are required. Why is it so? You think the sun and moon and all the galaxies are created without any machinery? Without any what they call karakas or accessories? Yes, why? Because it is purely super. For superimposition, you don't require any machinery. In the dream, when you superimpose the dream world, what machinery do you require? The sun and moon, everything in the dream, is it not so? So what do you require to create that? When snake is created from rope, what machinery is required? What accessories are required? Superimposition does not require any accessories, meaning Sat alone is enough for creating everything because what is created is just the Adhyaropa superimposition. All of this is said when you say Sat alone was, and then whole universe came. How can it be? Only when this is Adhyaropa, otherwise it cannot come. So this is how Vedanta, this is called not only material cause, but they gave a qualification. Because this clay also is material cause of the part, but clay undergoes transformation to become the part. Did Sat undergo transformation to become the universe? No. Sat, without undergoing transformation, became or appears as a universe. One is becoming, other is appearing. In the rope snake example, the rope without undergoing transformation becomes snake or appears as snake. See the difference? Clay becomes a part. The rope appears as a snake. So now Sat is material cause, all right, but what kind of material cause? Not like the clay is a material cause of the parts, or the gold is of the ornaments. It's like the rope is of the snake. So Vedanta is separate term called Vivarta Upadana Karanam. So the two kinds of material cause, the Parinami Upadana Karanam and Vivarta. Have you heard these words? Never? Parinami Upadana Karanam, Vivarta Upadana. Parinami is what? The material cause that undergoes transformation. Vivarta means that which creates without undergoing any change. That means creation is superimposition. So Sat is presented here as a material cause. What kind of material cause? As Vivarta Upadana Karanam. Meaning the whole universe called Idam of names and forms and function was superimposed upon Sat. So what we see is nothing but superimposition. Meaning that Sat now appears as the universe of names and forms and function. Formerly there was Sat without the appearance of name and form and function, and now it's the same Sat with the appearance of names and forms and function. You see, understand this. All was Sat, and what is Sat also? Formerly this was a lump of gold. So what is now? All the ornaments. What are the ornaments? Gold appearing as the names and forms and function. What was formerly clay? Clay alone appears as the pots and pans and pitchers. Is it not so? Appear and then how can you fill water? This is our emotional problems, the usefulness stuff. But the thing is, look at the reality of this. This is nothing but clay. Take away the clay, nothing remains. When the clay alone appears as a part. So Sat alone appears as this universe of names and forms and functions. Sat also means Chit, by the way. And Chit also means Ananda. So Satchit Ananda. You know this Drugdrishya Viveka, that every object has these five aspects. This part is. Secondly, the part shines in my awareness. Third is, what is useful to me, therefore dear to me. So part is asti. Part shines in my awareness, bhati. Part is dear to me. Why? Because it's so useful to me. Priyam. So what is part? Is, shines, dear, and name and form. And what is this banana? Is, shines, dear, name, and form. And what is this ornament? Is, shines, asti, bhati, priyam, nama, rupa. Is it not so? Bengal is a name, it is a form. What is a name? It is a form. But every name and form is what? Asti, bhati, priyam. It is, it shines, it is dear. So what is the most common denominator? Names and forms is what distinguishes one thing from the other. Like the name and form is what distinguishes one ornament from the other. What's the common denominator of all the ornaments? Gold. Similarly, what is the common denominator of all the names and forms and functions? Asti, bhati, priyam. Is it not so? Are the three things? Asti is different from bhati is from priyam. Asti is bhati, bhati is priyam. So I think tomorrow morning we'll, with the fresh mind, we'll continue the discussion. Huh? So it will be easier to grasp. We'll continue. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaragyamavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurthe Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Shri Guru